On the right channel, everybody. Everything is self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better today than we were yesterday, and what better endeavor is there than that? Trying to get better, constant and never-ending improvement. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm Cliff Yates. Yeah, years, I have 68. However, vigorous energy-wise, I'm 31. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping in here. I'm live on the vertical mode, so you're probably maybe just coming across my channel on the shorts feed, which is good. Subscribe to the channel. I've got a podcast, 2 podcasts on my channel. Listen, I put out videos regularly, all dealing with self-improvement, philosophy, personal growth, how we can live our best life every day in every way than we did yesterday. Really, the comparison is with ourselves. We're competing with ourselves. Everybody, thanks for checking in. Good to see you here. Good morning. Good morning on this amazing, is this Monday morning? Monday motivation, everybody. It is Monday motivation, and we are traveling today. I'm on my way to Orlando International Airport. I'm going to wait for more of you people to jump on here. We'll give you all the details of what's going on this coming week. I hope you had a great week last week, but now we're starting a new week. And so, moving forward, everybody, moving forward. Looking forward, moving forward. The only thing we take from yesterday is, and yesteryear, is the wisdom and the great memories. Those are the things that we can take with us going forward, moving forward. Everything along the way has been a lesson up till today, this Monday, April 6, 2026. And I'm heading to Philadelphia, everybody, Philadelphia. I'm on my way to the Orlando International Airport. I am going from Melbourne, so it's just about 58 miles from here to Orlando International Airport. So just about exactly 1 hour to get to the airport, and a direct flight into Philadelphia, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm meeting a couple buddies who are coming in from California. They're already on the plane. They had to get up at 05 o'clock this morning because of the time change. We're all arriving within a half hour of each other in Philadelphia Airport. We got a rental car, we got a VRBO, and we're going to be visiting some Revolutionary War sites in and around Philadelphia. Hey, everybody, good morning. I'm heading to the Orlando International Airport, heading to Philadelphia, meeting a couple friends who, for the past 5 years, they've been visiting Revolutionary War sites in and around the country, and especially around upstate New York, Virginia, and Washington. That hasn't been my thing, but since I was meeting them on this tour and this trip, I've decided, hey, maybe I'll do a little research on the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia that was held, and really some of the originating forefathers of the country and how our country and our government was founded. So I'm actually learning quite a bit on our Revolutionary War and how we separated from England and Britain and the King George the second or third. I'm just learning all this stuff that I should have probably remembered from school if we in fact learned it there. I don't know. Hey, everybody, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I am driving, so I'm not going to be reading your messages. I probably shouldn't be videoing, but I'm going to do it. But I don't text and drive. So just come along with me for a few minutes, everybody. I am heading, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's all positivity. It's all self-improvement, personal growth. And, by default, by reason of our programming over thousands of years, we default to the negative so that we stay alive. We think maybe a noise is dangerous. We might die. Pay attention. Don't do that. Could get us killed. So in this modern age, we've got to intentionally think, hey, this is not dangerous. Overcome that fear and move forward. Now, fear is meant to protect us, keep us alive, but a lot of things that we fear nowadays are false fears. They're not real. They hold us back and they limit us. So we want to be forward thinking, right? We're God's highest form of creation, right? We're not operating purely out of instinct. We can reason. And even though we do well and we can survive alone, we thrive in community. We are social animals, and that's why I'm glad you're connecting with me, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And so heading to Philadelphia, 5-day trip. Now, going through a little winter this past year, right? Going through a divorce. And you know what they say? They say, you know, don't try to travel to fulfill a void of negativity or, you know, to escape from your troubles. Wherever you go, your troubles go with you, they say. But you know what? On the other side of that coin, I do think traveling and getting away from your normal routine does give you a different perspective. So I don't think you should travel to escape problems, but to get a different view of things, right? If you look at your life, not just from within, right, unassociated, sometimes we need to look at it from another person's point of view, disassociated, and then really back away in a global view. So if we look at our lives in those three views, it can give us three different mental perspectives. And that can change the way we think. And you know what? If we want to make any kind of transformation to get to the next level in life, we got to transform ourselves every day in every way. We're getting better than we were yesterday. And so to transform, to be in transformation, we've got to think differently. That doesn't necessarily mean that thinking that we did yesterday was wrong. It's just, this is the new day. This is a new week. Monday motivation, everybody. Come on, let's get after it. I'm excited about this trip for a couple different reasons. Different perspective, right? Getting away a little bit. But really just connecting with, fellowshipping with my good buddies from Los Angeles. Guys that I worked with over 35 years ago in the LA Sheriff's Department. We're still great friends to this day. And we've seen each other. These two friends, I've seen them over the past 5 years a couple times. And so each time, they're the kind of friends you connect with, and it's like you just pick up where you left off. You know, we spend so many, one of the guys was my sergeant at Universal Studios, and he was a team builder. So not only did we work together in a small unit at Universal City Walk in Hollywood, but he used to take the group or organize trips in team building. And it just created these friendships amongst all of us that work together that survive to this day. Very important, everybody. So, hey, thanks for hanging in there with me. You guys are awesome. You're helping me grow the channel, a community of progress. And believe it or not, just hanging in there with me right now, you're helping me increase my watch hours, which I need to do if I want to monetize my channel. So thank you. High five to you. And so stick with me on this. We got a good summer coming up. I'm going to be going to my own private island this summer, and I'm going to be filming a new series, my own reality series on the island, dealing with living on a private island and all the challenges that go with it. So I'm looking forward to filming that, but I'm going to be doing a lot of filming here in Philadelphia on all the historical sites that I'm going to be going to. So hang in there with me and subscribe to the channel, and then you're going to be able to see those videos, because I know I'm going to be learning a lot about our nation's history. And what a better time to do it than the 250th anniversary of the founding of our country. And I've already learned a lot by trying to research a little bit on the Revolutionary War, since that's kind of where we're heading to in Philadelphia, to visit those historic sites and the Constitutional Convention that happened right there in Philadelphia. So I'm sure I'm going to be visiting the Liberty Bell, everybody, in the history of the Liberty Bell. I'm looking forward to doing that. And so please, how about a thumbs up? Leave me a comment, everybody. This is my channel. It's all positivity, self-improvement, personal growth, loving leadership. Loving leadership? I just came up with that. But hey, true leadership should come from a place of love, love of our fellow man, and I mean mankind, which includes women and men. And you know what? There's only two ways to make it in this country, not only financially, but in mental and physical health, and that's either sales or service. We should either be selling something, even if it's ourselves. If we're looking for a spouse, a teammate to go through life with, we really have to sell ourselves to those people, right? We got to be a person of value, and then we need to vet our partners. Don't be so quick to put our spouse on a pedestal Whenever you put somebody else on a pedestal, they're looking down on you. It's better to team up, side by side, hand in hand. That's the greatest way to go through life. I have found over the past 68 years that I've learned things sometimes through trial and error. And so, heading to the airport, Orlando, everybody. Good morning. Thank you too. I love you too. All right. I love the messages. Lord, thank you. I've been blessed recently with just a lot of positive messages, a lot of positive feedback. Everything in life is feedback, right? It's not failure, right? Try something new. Be a habitual trier. This land is made up of triers. We try things. They don't always work out, but if we continue to try, right? We don't shut down after we get some negative feedback. No failure. Negative feedback. Oh, you know what? That didn't work out. Try and try again. Try and try again. I think it was Edison, right? He tried 10,000 times. As he said famously, well, I found 10,000 ways not to invent the light bulb, right? Before I found the way. I found 10,000 ways not to. That's the way we can look at things, right? With a different perspective. You just got to ask questions. What is good about this situation? What is good about this? And then you're going to get an answer that's going to serve you well. Instead of, why am I so screwed up? Why are bad things always happening to me? They're not always happening to you. Change that perspective. Why am I so lucky? Why am I so blessed to have? Think of all your blessings. From what I'm learning over the past 68 years, from people who are into mental and physical health and how our brain works in psychology, we can't hold two opposing thoughts in our brain at the same time. We can't have an attitude of gratitude and at the same time be angry and frustrated. So start asking that question. What am I most grateful for? Every morning, have those positive questions. Hey, what am I most looking forward to this week? It's Monday Motivation, everybody. All right, thanks for checking in here. We got a new group. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'm Cliff Yates. Glad you're here. Always self-improvement, personal growth, personal power. We do have a personal power if we will claim it. There's one person that can stop us from making progress. One person only. Isn't that great? If there's only one person that can stop us, we can defeat that person. And guess who that is? That's ourselves. We're the only ones who can stand in our way. I was playing tennis yesterday with he was a good friend of mine, but he gets in his own head. Other people can affect his day. They can change his mood. And so I tried to explain to him, listen, the only way somebody else can change your mood and affect your emotions is if you give them that power. If you give them that power to do so. You have to give it away. They have no power over your emotions, over the mood of your day, unless you give it over to them. We are in total control. Our conscious mind can accept or reject. That's the power of our consciousness. Things that are coming into our minds, we can accept or reject. Now, lesson 2. Our subconscious mind does not reject. It accepts everything we plant in it. That's why you and I have to be very careful what we plant in our subconscious mind. Now, we may have some bad programming from the past. The good thing about our brain, neuroplasticity, the fact that our brain can change. We become habituated. We become habit forming. We run loops in our head, but we can interrupt those loops and we can introduce new patterns. That's the great thing about our life, about our mind, about the way we think, and it's going to affect everything in our life. Why? Because the mind and the body are connected. One thing I hope you know already is, the studies are numerous on how our thinking affects our cells and our health. You can actually worry yourself sick, right? There are people who have died of a broken heart, but really they died of the way they were thinking. And that's how witch doctors used to work, right? That's how they could implant a thought in somebody's head and cause people to die. We found that in police work, everybody. I used to see all these gang members that got shot up in gang shootings. And they were so used to seeing their fellow gang members shot up that they expected to live. And then a lot of cops have a mentality, if I get shot, I'm going to die. Many police officers actually died of gunshot wounds that weren't fatal. They became fatal because of their mental attitude after being shot. So you've got to always be thinking, I'm going to survive this. You know, that's not just true of if we're shot. That's also true if we're going through some stressful situations in our life, some challenges. We got to think, I'm going to survive this. Best thing to think is, think of the past. Wow, look at all the things I've already been through. God got me through this, got me through that. Well, he's definitely going to get me through the current situation, right? We're always going through something. You know what they say, if you're going through hell, keep on going. All righty, buddy, you know I love you. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. I'm going to sign off because I got to save my battery, right? Because I have my electronic boarding pass on my phone. I got to be able to get on the plane, everybody, heading to Philadelphia. We are doing a historical Revolutionary War trip with my good buddies from California. Subscribe to the channel and you are going to see videos that I will be taking. I'll be going live too, by the way, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of our Constitutional Convention, where a lot of things were put in motion that changed our country forever. Some that we're benefiting from to this very day in this land of freedom. It's still free, everybody. It's still one of the greatest countries that there ever was or is. And so we're going to be exploring some Revolutionary War sites, Philadelphia. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm about 40 minutes out of Orlando. So I'm going to sign off. You know I love you. I'll see you in the next video. You're in the right place, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe.